And hello, everyone. Welcome back to FPL in the Trenches, the Frontline Prediction League. FPL in the Trenches, Frontline League on Twitter and on this YouTube channel. Like, favorite, subscribe, all that fun stuff. You see this, you see the Discord, you get in there, you put in your picks, you come onto these shows, you get results. As always, I'm tired, I'm rambling. I'm Scott. Joining me, as always, is BeerMe Jesus. How are you doing, BeerMe?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm pretty much over my cold, and it's starting to warm up outside, so that's always good. But yeah, how are you doing, Scott?
Like I said, tired, but that's the running joke. But actually, not bad. It's the weather today went from raining some slushy snow this morning to absolutely sunny out like 2 hours ago. It's a weird one. It's a weird one, but it's warmer, like 6 degrees Celsius, which compared to what it has been is quite nice. So yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. But no, I'm good. I'm looking forward to the upcoming weekend because we've got Rebellion this weekend. I'll just say it right off the gate. It's Saturday, April 23rd. This Saturday, picks page will go up at some point tonight, more than likely, being Thursday night Impact night. Look for it on Friday, and then put your picks in as soon as possible to make sure you're there. It is a house show on how we do things here on the FPL, as always. The house shows don't matter as much in as far as standings and actual records when we look at booking things like contenderships and stuff like that, but it does help for showing up, getting points, getting achievements, and it's just a good fun time. We're looking forward to it. Excuse me. I know, bear me. I'm going to actually be watching this weekend. I know Saturdays I'm usually busy, and it makes it tricky because I'm out, but I know I'm already going to be able to be watching this one. So are you going to be watching this weekend?
I want to. I don't know if I'll be able to catch it live, but I'm definitely going to watch it at some point. I have it pre-ordered, so
Gotcha.
I will be watching it.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. If you guys want to watch along with us, we are almost always in our Discord, in our live event chat, and in our voice channel chat. Watching, reacting, screaming, crying. It's all the good stuff as we watch our scores plummet or actual cool things happen on the show. So please check that out through the Discord link, through the channel here. It'll be a lot of fun. But as far as for what's going on here with this one, we've got the matches to go through. I've got no new matches to announce. The matches I've got to announce are actually for Backlash because May is going to be like very busy, but June is going to be nuts with a show a week. But I've got 2 matches for Backlash. BeerMe, you said you've got 2 matches as well. Are they for Backlash or Rebellion?
Backlash.
Backlash. So let's just finish off looking at Rebellion. We announced most of this last week. But let's go through it and give our full picks in a little more detail if need be. I know we summed it up quite a bit last time, but Smooth Rock and Broken Nerd, it's the Canadian champion versus the American champion. This, again, is a preview for the Canadian and American dual-side tournament, the North American Clash, if you will, as you can see right here on the screen. That tournament will be starting shortly after this, but Smooth Rock and Broken Nerd are going one-on-one. I'm going to go with the Canadian side and say Smooth Rock for who I want to win. That's because I'm Canadian. Who are you picking? BeerMe? You American.
I'm gonna go for the American side. I'm gonna pick the Terminator to get it done.
Yep. Smooth Rock, I'm hoping for you here. You can pull this off. But Broken, like, this is a good match. It's a good match either way. Either guy really should win this. It's really, really good. I'm looking forward to it, so that's gonna be fun. BeerMe, you yourself though, you have an ultimate submission match with the world champion. It's an Iron Man non-title. James Costner versus BeerMe Jesus. I am picking you because it's a submission match at Impact. I know how those go. I face you like 3 of them. I'm picking you on that one. But it's the world champion James Costner. If it wasn't Impact, I probably would pick the champ because he's had that for 6 months now, I think it is. So, yeah, there's no slowing down as of yet. So, I think you've got it, though. This is more your forte. What do you think?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm going to pick myself, too.
All right.
Obviously.
Next up, it's Infinity as me with Red and Lee, the Midnight Rider. The tag champs are Red and myself. Match of the night. We are facing the Brits, Papa Snoot, J-Mac, and the Gaffer. Now, crazy stuff can happen at Impact, and we could lose this. But we shouldn't. We're the tag champs. Their first match since. I'm picking us to win. That's just me. Who have you got?
I'm I'm gonna pick you guys too because I don't know a whole lot about this team that is going to be working together. They could be a cohesive unit and just run over everybody.
Yeah,
Or they might not.
If they win this, it does set up the idea of a duo from that team facing in some main show matches to earn toward a shot. Like, beating the tag champs here, it doesn't mean you're getting a title shot, but it does put you on that radar of, oh, okay, let's see how they do on a main show, because that's where title changes or title defenses are done. So that is how that can leapfrog, and how appearing on these house shows can lead to that. It doesn't really matter in the booking, but it does make us go, okay, you know what? Yeah. It makes it a bit easier to go, well, they beat you there. Let's see what happens. And get an eliminator type situation. So, yeah. Speaking of second chances, we got CJ Hawk and Lexi Briggs, Shades and Smiles, facing Honor Club, Rate Russell, and Alexander McKennedy. Very brutal potential match, but a lot of technique on the one side as well. Actually, on both, when you really look at it. Very different techniques. But I think I said I was going with Honor Club. They are more of a team, which is weird to think, because Shades and Smiles is actually an actual tag team, and Honor Club, this duo isn't really, but looks to be going that way. But I just think Honor Club's, they're a little more mean. They're a little meaner, and I think that's going to be what edges them on this victory. What do you think?
I think I'm going to pick Honor Club as well. I think they need to get back to their winning ways, and I think it starts here.
There you go. There you go. Now we've got a bunch of one-on-one matches. We've got RJX versus JJ Rocky. I think we both said at length last time that we're pulling for JJ, but RGX has this because this is his first match post-Mania, and he's looking to tear someone's head off. I think that's pretty much it. That's him. That's RGX's time, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Bastion versus Michael Marsh. Again, we're going with the former world champion against the former tag champion, but it's singles versus tag. I got to go with Bastion on that one, and you're biased, so.
Of course, yeah. I have to pick my boy.
Yep. Now, Dion Blade and Jonathan C.T. Martin. I think this one, again, this is a case of someone who's very, very rough with momentum, suddenly coming to a stop, which is so ironic for Dion Blade and the Pounce. But he's facing someone who's been very solid. See, I'm not making the joke, CT. In CT's string of luck here. So this is a make or break for both, in a way. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
both of them really shouldn't lose this, so that's what makes it good. I think CT's going to keep on his ways. I think Blade's going to have another loss. I don't like that, but I think that's what's going to happen. He'll be fine. He'll bounce back. He'll pounce back, I think is what I said for the shirt. But he'll pounce back. But CT's got this one, I think. What do you say?
Yeah, I originally picked CT, I think, last week.
Yeah.
And I kind of want to change my pick, but I'm not going to. I'm gonna stick with CT. I think that Dion Blade he's still a little banged up. So
there you go. That works. Next up, Chef Urban versus the GMSG. I think I remember I said I picked Urban because he's going to shock everybody. He's going to win the match that people probably don't think he would. But I say that because he's won damn near everything the whole year except for the title shot at like the Rumble. Like he's won a lot. And I think GMSG is going to be someone who pushes him very far toward that limit, but I think Urban's going to win this one out. That said, GMSG probably will win just based on his history because he's all that and a little bit more. Like, he's that good. But I think Urban's got him. I think Urban's going to take this one. This is his time to kind of squeak a win out here. Of course, you're biased.
Of course. I mean, if GMSG was in my stable, they'd probably look this one a little bit more closely when it's tougher to pick. I mean, it is tough to pick. Urban's been on a roll, and so has GMSG. So, but I got faith in my boy to get the win. There you
go. Next up, Relentando versus Victoria Fiore. I think we both said Relentando because it's a former champion who's had a very, 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 very strong run, even though recently might have been some hit or misses here and there, but it's nothing compared to Victoria, who has stumbled quite a bit. And I don't mean that in any negative, but she's had some rough spots in multi-man matches, to be fair. But it's been rough. So this could be it. This could be her singles time to shine, but it's against a very, very game opponent in Relentando, who is kind of wanting to do bad things, it seems. He's got some troubles going on right now, too. There's a lot of upheaval, as is common after WrestleMania, so could be right place, wrong time for her in this situation. But I think Relentando's got it. Even without that renewed focus, I think Relentando's got this one. What about you?
I kind of feel like Victoria needs the win more because like she's joining Honor Club, so she kind of. I mean, I know that they brought her in or whatever, and they have total faith in her, but I think she really wants to get this win to prove that she kind of belongs in Honor Club, even though she doesn't care what any of us think. But
yeah, which is great,
But I think deep down she kind of does. So
that's fair.
I think she wants to prove that she belongs, and she needs a big win. So I'm going to go with an upset.
Okay,
I'm going
like
to
that.
pick her to beat Relentando.
I can see that. And that's what Impact is. That's what house shows are. You get some awkward stuff that you never would expect. So anybody can beat anybody. That's how it should be, and I like that. And you get to finish off our main card. We got Sherf Dog versus Monkey Bung, the former tag champion who's very angry, very violent, going against very monkey. Monkey Bung, who is like he's turning into a fan favorite, and it's super silly, super fun. We like it. It's great. We're big fans of Monkey Bung. We're both pulling for Monkey Bung just because we want to see Monkey Bung win. Doesn't matter who it's against, right? Like,
yep. Yeah, for sure. 100%.
What was Monkey's promo? It's like Monkey does not like dog. Like it was essentially that.
Yeah,
he
said dog is big pussy.
Yeah, there you go. Okay.
His words, not mine.
His words.
Just throw it out there.
There you go. There you go. But yeah, and then there's the kickoff, which will be filled with any other matches of people who have not put in, who have put in picks. Anybody not booked. So there obviously are some names missing. You will be on the kickoff, and if anybody no-shows, we may bump stuff to the main card. Please put your picks in. Again, it's Saturday, April 23rd. Put your picks in before the deadline. It is going to be, I believe, an 8 p.m. pay-per-view Eastern, which means a 7 o'clock countdown to Rebellion. That's their pre-show titling, which I believe is an hour. That's at 7, which means a 6 o'clock deadline for us. So put your picks in by, like, noon. Put your picks in Friday, whatever works. Please put them in. Make sure you get in there and you're good. Again, it is Impact. We understand if you don't follow it. That's why it's house show. It doesn't really count against you. But if we booked you, we want to have you in there. Like, the last thing we want is for someone of a tag team to not show up and we're scrambling to fix something because we booked a 3-on-3 that makes sense and now it doesn't. So I better get my picks in to make sure it doesn't happen for ours. You know, that kind of stuff. But yeah.
Right.
Now, WrestleMania Backlash is May 8th. It's a week after, or 2 weeks after. 2 weeks later. And we've got the World Championship will be defended. The tag titles will be defended. And then the first round of the North American Clash. And I'm going to tell you right now, we're going to be announcing who those participants are during Rebellion. We might even tell you what the brackets are. We might even have people showing up. But that's not going to happen here tonight. That's on the pay-per-view. You got to tune in live Saturday. All that jazz. So, I've got 2 matches to announce, BeerMe. You've got 2 matches to announce. Let's say you start this one.
Okay. All right.
I'm saying that I've got the world title match, so I'll go last with that. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah. Yep. All right. That's fair. That's cool. All right.
Yeah.
I got James Black. He will be taking on Dion Blade.
Ooh. After what we were just saying about Dion Blade looking to continue forward and kind of turn things around, that's a good match to do it on. Black and Blade, which is a good tag team name too.
That is a really good tag team name.
They've got obvious history with the factions, with everything going on with Antidote, and Black as part of that previously, and Blade there now. And Blade's proven himself, no question there. And Black is someone who he can definitely make a name against, but Black can absolutely shut things down. I've said many times that he is a problem for anyone just because of that. Inconsistent isn't the word. It's the irregularity. Like, you don't know when he's going to show up, but you know it's a problem when he does. And it's almost Lesnar-like, right? It's like, oh God, this is bad. So, yeah, I think Blade's in trouble, but I think Blade has probably got the edge on that, and I think that's where the consistency, the showing up time in, time out, that will help him in that regard. What do you think on that one?
Yeah, I think you're right. I think Dion Blade is going to be. I think he's going to get his win back here, and he's going to show everybody that he's the man of the pounce. So
There you go. He will pounce back.
Pounce back.
I've got a one-on-one match. It is RGX, who we just talked about, is on a tear, looking to go after Anybody he can. Particularly, he's had his sights set on the world title, which has eluded him for some time here. He is going one-on-one with CJ Hawk, Mr. Money in the Bank, the WrestleMania contender himself. RGX versus Hawk. Who you got?
I'm gonna go with Hawk.
Yeah?
And I don't really. Yeah, he's after losing the world title, he's kind of. I mean, he's kind of now kind of on like a little bit of a downward thing, but I mean, he's still got the Money in the Bank. So, but I think that I think he's gonna bounce back. He's just been winning everything except at Mania. He's won pretty much every damn thing this year. So if RGX beats him, he beats him. But I think Hawk's gonna pick up the W.
I think I see what you're saying there. It's like, as consistent as these guys have both been with their wins, and yes, some key losses here and there, but they've both been very, very capable and very successful. Hawk's had a bit of a higher level at that, with where he's been doing it compared to RGX. And that's not a knock on it, that's just where the standings are. This is exactly that moment for RGX to sweep in and go into that kind of spot, right? You beat the guy who is Money in the Bank. You beat the guy who could always still cash in and win the championship up through and including SummerSlam. You beat him on a main show the month after he has a title shot. You beat the guy who is the champ. That's good. That's good, right? Like you can't fault that. That's exactly the kind of thing you need to do to earn that title shot. I'm not saying this is an eliminator, but if RGX loses, it might be a bit before he gets that world title lined up. But if he wins, there's not that many questions left. We'll see what happens. Right. But, I mean, for all we know, if he earns a world title shot, he could still be facing CJ Hawk when he does. Because Hawk could cash in. Right? And then what?
Right.
Then what? Well, he's facing the champ. He already beat him. So it writes itself. It's fun. It's awesome. I like that we have this situation. It's good. It's good. Who I didn't pick who was going to win. I'm picking RGX. I think RGX is going to go for it. I think he's going to make that run. I think he's going to.
That's fair.
He's going to pick up on that brief stumble that Hawk did and capitalize. That's all it takes, and that someone like RGX can do that.
It's a really tough match to call.
It is because Hawk will defy the odds. Like he beat my ass in a singles match, and it was not even close. So I think Hawk could absolutely go out there and just run wild with it. I got a gut feeling for RGX. I'm also pulling for him. I picked for him as my first FPL opponent. I kind of want to see him win that. I want both these guys to win because I want both these guys to get in that world title picture. I think that's a future world title match, no matter what happens. It's down the line. So I'm curious to see. Not that I'm saying Costner's going to lose to either of them, but he could, right? Like that's the level we're talking here. I'm not saying the title is going to hot potato. I'm saying the title has worthy contenders, and I like both these guys. So. What's your next match, though, BeerMe?
All right, I have. Okay, I have a match of the night. That's you.
I just look at drink of water. I need to. Yeah, got it. Yeah.
You guys will be taking on. Hang on. Let's see if we got this right. Okay.
Yeah.
You guys will be taking on the Must See Good guys. That's me and GMSG for the FPL Continental Tag Team Championship.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So, yeah.
So, I'll peel back that curtain a little bit. When Red and I were going for after the Strays, that was kind of like that was the match. It was like it'd be cool if the tag titles were involved with Mania. This happened to work out. We won like all our kind of contendership lineup, and they won the titles, and it worked. The only other team really possibly to contend were you guys, the Must See Good guys. Kind of like we're in line for that. So it's like, well, if you don't get the shot, maybe you'll get the next one. See what happens. And you guys just destroyed at Mania. So now you're the contenders. And it's me in a match with GMSG with my tag title on the line. Crap. Now, I'm confident, but I'm worried as hell. Because I've only won once, and I didn't beat him. Right?
It's true.
I beat Red, and that's my partner. So that's how we did it in the write-up with the scores. But yeah, right. This is a hell of a callback because Lee and I beat you and the Warden for the tag titles in the JRPL in what, December 2018?
Yeah, it was a long time ago. Yeah,
over 3 years ago. And that was the number 1 seed of a tag tournament versus the number 8 seed. That was us. And that's simply because we were the 8th team. Someone's got to face the champs. And then we upset you guys at a TLC. And then we lost it immediately in the next round at the Rumble. Yeah. That's a good callback. I took a title from you then. 4 years later, like 3.5 years later, you might be taking a title off of me. And it's a tag title with different partners on both sides. That's fun. That's neat. That's the kind of history I like with this kind of stuff. That's cool. Who do you pick?
Well, I mean, Scott, just in case whoever wins this match, remember we're still 1-0 as a tag team. So just throw that out.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with myself, GMSG, because I'm biased.
Yeah.
But no, you guys have been scoring really well in these tag matches. Obviously, you guys have won every tag match pretty much. So
I too am biased.
It's not gonna be easy.
So I think we're gonna retain. I'm confident. I was making jokes that Red was carrying us. They're not jokes if they're true. Red was absolutely carrying us all through. But my points at WrestleMania were just ridiculous. So I pulled my weight. I got caught up in one match. I'm confident we're going to do this. We got this. I know Red and I kind of have some synergy going. We were looking over picks for Rebellion this weekend, and we're pretty spot on with like the same kind of thought process, even the points distribution. So it's like, this is good. So yeah, I think we got this. I think we got this momentum. My history with tag titles, I'm not one of the best teams ever like the Creatures were, or you guys, the Solution were. I had those tag titles and lost them immediately. And then I had a set of tag titles with Matt Zion. We retained them once and then lost them. So I've had 3 tag title matches prior to... I've had 4 tag title matches. And I've won more than I've lost. So... Yeah, history's on my side. We're going to win. We're going to win. But all right, let's go to the main event. James Costner's defending the World Championship. That much is obvious. That's right there on the screen. I should have scrolled down to show the tag titles. There it is. But the World Championship is being defended at WrestleMania Backlash on May 8th. And we do know there's a bit of a weirdness in having 2 main shows back-to-back with title defenses, like the tag titles and the world title. We know that. But when we look at it, we've got June 5th for Hell in a Cell, and then Money in the Bank is like July 4th or 3rd, I think it is. And then SummerSlam is like July 30th. So it's either we do some like back-to-back Mania and Backlash, or they're kind of back-to-back on Money in the Bank SummerSlam because everything's defended at SummerSlam. So we've got Hell in a Cell with it's gonna be some story stuff with Hell in a Cell matches. We got the tournament as well. So we got to get these defenses in. So we can't just have titles not get defended for like 4 months. We came close from Rumble to Mania, and that's not that great, but we only had like 3 main shows. It kind of sucked. But, yeah, the World Championship, I've dwelled on this long enough and delayed it long enough. James Costner is defending one-on-one against former FPL World Champion Bastion, the man he took it from.
Oh, shit.
One-on-one. Costner, Bastion 2 for the title.
Damn.
Now, I remember, actually, Bastion was kind of like, I got to defend it at TakeOver, because we had Survivor Series, right? And then it was TakeOver, and it was like, So that's not part of what it was, but I always kind of felt like, man, I hope he gets a rematch that's not a TakeOver where it's like 4 matches. You know what I mean? Because it was War Games, too, no less. So it was like, But yeah, Costner versus Bastion, one-on-one. Maybe Hawk cashes in. We're back to that. We're back.
Yeah.
Here we go. So, yeah, that's back to being a thing. Because he still has that briefcase, and it's valid through SummerSlam. I know SummerSlam was August, and it's July this time, but it's the event of SummerSlam. That's what he's got till. So, yeah. After everything I said before about Hawk and RGX and all this stuff back and forth, and Bastion coming back in, I'm picking Costner to retain. Because he's been wanting to prove a point. He's been wanting to put a nail in this. He's been wanting to move on from it. And it's come back of his own accord, Bastion kicked ass all through Mania weekend. So I think Costner's going to beat him because of that. It's Bastion's, I said it before, Bastion's tough. I think Costner has turned that corner. I said before, long time ago, he was one of the most dangerous without realizing it. Like, people weren't really giving him the credit for that. Then he realized it, and people were like, oh no, he's going to retain. I think he's going to retain. That said, it's former world champion Bastion. He could easily be the winner of this as well. It's kind of a coin flip in a way when you really get down to it, but I think Costner's going to take it at Backlash. I mean, you're biased. Who have you got?
Right, new world champion.
Two-time.
New two-time world champion. But yeah, I think Bastion will get it done.
Think so?
Yeah, he's obviously a tough opponent, and yes, Costner did beat him, but no, I mean, you'll learn from your mistakes, and I think Bastion will do that, and I think he'll pick up the dub.
There you go. Now, we do have after that, of course, there is Double or Nothing. That is May 29th. That's an AEW house show for us, and then from there, it just gets absolutely insane, because we're going to have Hell in a Cell on June 5th, with the American title being defended and the Canadian title being defended. Like I said, those are going to be there. We then have Forbidden Door. Yes, we're covering it. That is June 26th. And in between, it got announced even after. Slammiversary's in here. It's June 19th, Sunday. That's going to be there too. So Slammiversary's in there. And then Forbidden Door is in there. And then like a week later, it's July 2nd. It's Money in the Bank. It's going to be nuts. And I'm looking forward to it. It's all lots of fun, but holy crap. Yeah. Who's your early favorite for Money in the Bank, BeerMe? Who do you think could be taking that? Do you think Hawk? Well, Hawk can't. He'll be Money in the Bank. He can't compete for it because he'll either be champion or still have or he'll lose. But I presume he won't be in that. He's not going to be in that again. He's had it. So presumably there'll be a new one. I'm not saying that's a certain thing. You never know. But who do you see in the landscape of things winning that? Do you see someone like RGX trying to get in there to make it undeniable? Do you see a monkey climbing a ladder? Like what's your thoughts here?
Look, Monkey Bung and JJ would be two of the fan favorites that I would want to win it. But I actually think Chef Urban's going to climb that ladder.
I like that a lot.
Be Mr. Money in the Bank.
I like that a lot. The guy who's been patiently waiting will wait no more. That's awesome. I like that quite a bit, actually. That's really good.
Sebastian Escobar would be a pretty good one, too.
Escobar's great, too, for that. Yeah, you're right. It could be a dark horse like Bane. Could be some of the newer guys like Gaffer or J-Mac, even like some of these guys in here. Like I like a lot of possibilities here. What if CT did it?
McKennedy,
CT.
Yeah, CT could do it, definitely.
Yeah. There's lots. Or Sherf Dog, one of the strays.
Sherf Dog,
get some violence going in there. Fun fact: this is gonna be July 2nd, and the Money in the Bank briefcase is valid till July 30th, which I believe is SummerSlam. So we could technically have two Money in the Bank briefcase holders at the same time. We didn't think we would when we saw the schedule of how things were going last Money in the Bank, but here we are. Hawk still got it. A lot can happen between now and July, so we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, that's a real situation coming up, and I think like the new video game 2K22 had two Money in the Bank holders. Like that's a storyline they did. And we're like, hey, that's our story. That might be not even be a thing, but there you go. But yeah, please, guys, I'll scroll back up. It's going back up here. It's Rebellion this weekend. I'll say it again. Saturday, April 23rd. Impact on right now as we're talking about this. The card's going to be finalized shortly. Hopefully Gresham is on it. We're hoping for that because Gresham versus Edwards sounds like a hell of a lot of fun. But Impact's been pretty great, and they'll probably do a mystery opponent where it's Edwards versus somebody if he can't make it, and you never know. Sadly, probably Kenny King. I don't mean that as a knock, but King's no Gresham, you know what I mean. But you never know what it'll be.
I think he'll make it, though.
Yeah, I hope so. It's been time. Yeah. It's been a couple weeks, so that should be enough to get there. But that is this weekend. This weekend, get your picks in. This video is going up tonight. in a little bit, and you'll see it Thursday. Please get your picks in for this. It is Frontline League on Twitter. Frontline Prediction League is the YouTube channel. It is the Discord you find in there. Sign up for a profile. Please fill in your stuff, so what kind of character you have and matches you have. After you've been here 3, 4, 5 times, you get a profile page, stuff goes in, stats are going, you get achievements, all this good stuff. And you get to be in storylines like this, and you get to have title matches and tournaments and things, and you get to be part of all this stuff. And we talk about you, and you become our new favorite, right? Like, that's all we want, BeerMe. That's all we want. And, yeah, any last words for everybody for this weekend?
Good luck to everybody, and make sure that you get your picks in. And I'll see you Saturday, James Custer.
That's going to be a fun one. Thanks again, everybody. It is Frontline League, Frontline Prediction League. Have a good night.